Hey FLOSSTUBE, it's Leigh from Creative Leigh here with FLOSSTUBE number 89 on Sunday the 22nd of August. Happy birthday to one of my best friends, Dwayne. Not that he watches these videos, but he's one of my oldest friends that I met at university back in the early 90s. So yeah, Dwayne is the first of my peer group, the peeps I went to uni with to turn 50. So the landslide begins. So also I always have another old friend from back when I worked at the bank at Westpac, Martin, aka Martino, is turning something today. He's a little bit older. And also it's Tori's birthday, Tori Amos, although technically tomorrow, right, because she's born in the States and I'm in New Zealand. And for anyone that doesn't know, like I am up there as a Tori Amos fan. I have all the things. I have DVDs, CDs, B-sides, limited edition EPs, t-shirts, mug, tour, book things. I've got limited edition lomography camera that came out with a Russia CD. I've got the piano collection. I've got the tattoo book. I've got her autobiography, her memoirs. Yeah, it's a bit crazy, but I love her. So yeah, so happy birthday, Tori. And that's pretty exciting. Weather report, it's a cloudy day but still fine. We've had now 2 days in a row, maybe even 3. Was it fine on Friday? I don't remember Friday. 2 days in a row without rain, which is fantastic. Not that we can do anything, because as most of you know, because I think a lot of you Kiwis, right, we're in level 4 lockdown because we had a COVID Delta breakthrough in Auckland last week, and we were looking forward to the 1 PM updates. We're all in lockdown till at least Tuesday midnight or 11:59 PM, likely to be extended, I'd say. That means we're all at home. Thank goodness for stitching, and boy did I take advantage of the fact that I'm not commuting, I'm still working, but you know, no commute, can stitch at lunch times, not allowed to go and do anything else except go to the supermarket. I got a lot done. These fingers did not let my needles rust. My poor dad's in hospital though. He is in ICU, well actually hopefully he's in the ward now, but he has been in ICU since Wednesday. Not COVID, not RSV, but he does have a bad viral infection and has needed breathing assistance. I spoke to him on Wednesday and he sounded terrible, and I said to him, don't be a hero. But anyway, his home care lady came at probably 10 o'clock and took one look at him and organised an ambulance for him. So yeah, he probably needed to be there a day earlier, but it's okay. He's hanging in there and starting to get a bit better. But yeah, and he can't have any visitors because level 4 lockdown. It's just him and the hospital staff. So he's having a rough time of it still. Yeah, but at least while he's there, right, he can't fall off a ladder, cut his finger. What else? Fall over. Well, I guess he can fall over, but he's less likely to because he's got people looking after him. So poor old dad. Yeah. So I don't have anything new come in. I'm waiting for my usual monthly kit, my monthly clubs to come in. So what month are we? August? Am I waiting for August? So I'll be waiting for August Silks for You, the 2 Colour of the Month and Silks of the Month. I'm waiting for August Tommy Lily Cotton Floss and my Rainbow Club from Country Stitch, which I think Catherine said she probably will post on Monday, although technically probably not supposed to until we go to level 3. It's fine. I just like seeing shiny new things. Haven't bought anything else. I've been very well behaved, but I'm tempted. I have had a look through the August Expo offerings, and not a lot that really tickles my fancy, although I might put a small pre-order in with Garren Stitchery today. I think they're asking for pre-orders by the 24th or 25th, and so I might have a look and just send a small order through, because I think they've got great service, and I have every faith that they will be able to attend to my needs. Okay, so nothing new coming in, but quite a bit of stitching, and I guess we'll start off with the big news. Yesterday we had a few of us had a little, not a Zoom chat, what do you call it? We did a messenger group chat, video chat, and just stitched for a couple of hours in the afternoon, and it was quite nice to stitch with people as opposed to Netflix. So I was very close to a finish, so I finished it on the call, which was quite nice. I picked up earlier in the week O Feathers by Rosewood Manor. I got this at the last expo with the called for Sulky thread pack. It's got a number, oh there you go, that's the special reference, and I've stitched it on fabric from my stash, which was 32 count Pirongia Mist from Country Stitch. I think it was a mystery Rainbow Club month, which started it on when we went to the stitching gathering in Christchurch back in May. So I started on the 22nd of May, and then I picked it up this week and then pushed through to get a finish yesterday. So, yeah, and I ironed today. I try and iron when I've got a finish, because that's when you got lots of iron. So there we go. There is young Percival. I think that's what I'm calling him, right? I have given it a quick glance over. I did pick up a couple of stitches I'd missed, because of course it is symmetrical, and I will give it another once over and just see if I've missed any little stitches, because I did find some on this side that I'd missed even though I thought I'd finished. So yeah, I pretty much did most of this side during I finished this border. There's a couple little things over here I had to finish, stitched most of this, and then yesterday on the call I finished these ones and did the rest of this. I'm on the wrong side, but imagine I'm on that side and the date. So yeah, kind of in this area here I finished on the call. So how am I with the Sulky? I didn't love it when I started. I do like it now. It's quick and it's great on 32. It has a different texture. It's like a pearl cotton, so it's a little duller. You don't get the luster you get with a stranded cotton, or of course a silk, but it stitches really quick and your stitches lay very evenly, and I think it's fun, and I would be quite happy to use Sulky again. Anyway, there he is. Yay! So I'm very happy to have that finished. I'm going to give away the chart. I'm not going to give away, there's not enough of a couple of colours. It's not enough to finish it again, unless you did it on a high account. I don't think Sulky is that good on a high account. I'm gonna keep the Sulky, but you can substitute it for DMC. It's only 5 colours in black. You could tweak it a little bit if you didn't like orange. You could swap that orange out for a pink. You can make the green a darker green to make it a little bit more peacocky. Like there's so much you could do with it. And he's got such a cute little face. So I'm going to give this away just to pass the stash. The plastic bag is a little bit ripped, like it's a bit munted, but whatever. Keep in mind I won't be posting this till we go down to level 3. So it'll probably take I mean by the time I draw it, hopefully I can post it. I will post it anywhere. Just be aware that if I'm posting this outside of New Zealand, you know, it could take like 2 months to get to you depending on where you live. But most of my subscribers are New Zealand. I think the lion's share in New Zealand and Canada. I have lots in Canada. Yay, Canada. So I want you to tell me something about a peacock. I do want you to tell me a little story, a sentence, not just say, I'd like to stitch the peacock. So share with me, if you can, a little memory about a peacock, or maybe you've never seen a peacock. So if you've never seen a peacock in the wilds, out and about in the wild, in the jungles, have you ever seen a peacock in the jungle? Have you ever seen a peacock? Have you heard a peacock? I've got a couple of memories from peacocks. We used to go camping when I was a child. So my family would do camping in a tent. We'd head up the East Cape, up past a Portakey, if anyone's familiar in New Zealand, we'd go up to sort of Hawaii and then up to Whanara Bay, Waihau Bay, and one of the campgrounds at, I think, Whanara Bay or Waihau Bay, they're very close to each other and I forget which one's which, but one of the campgrounds there was quite a big campground with sort of separate areas. There was like the tent area down here and the caravan area up here. But they had a whole lot of peacocks just wandering around. I mean, not wild per se, but kind of like they lived there, right? Semi-domesticated. But tell you what, if you've ever heard a peacock calling, you don't sleep in. Those peacock calls are piercing, and they travel through the campground. So yeah, it was definitely an early morning wake-up call to hear the peacocks. So yeah, tell me about something about a peacock experience, and I'll draw that and post it off. That was a lot for a pass the stash, right? Anyway, so yay, another finish. What am I down to now? 9 or 10? 9? Can't remember. So that's all kind of gone back in backwards order. Last week I showed you that I was stitched a little bit more down here on Oriental Lady Grace. So it's a printout, a photocopy from a book that I have, her Oriental stitching book. And I'm stitching her on 32 count Taupo linen from Country Stitch, all called for, and I started this back in February. So I kept going with her on Sunday night, whenever after my video. So just got and finished carried on with this bottom. I need to get some boards. Remind me when we get out of lockdown and we can go shopping. I need to really get some proper boards because I need to like lift my game, right? Oh God, everything's falling off. So there is, so I carried on in here, filled in there, and I've got and I did all the back stitching. So it's all back stitched up to here, there's a hell of a lot more of this dress to come. But yes, that's bottom bit from here down is done. Woohoo! There's still quite a lot to stitch, but it does look pretty good, right? Yeah. So I am happy with that. So I gave her a little bit more love. I think it was Sunday night, just to sort of get that bottom bit done. Next, and then maybe it was Tuesday. I actually took, in theory I took Tuesday off work, but I ended up working half a day, so I took half a day off on Tuesday. I worked from home on Monday, then on Tuesday I was like, felt a bit just general malaise really. So I tried to take the day off, but externals kept calling, so I worked for half a day, but I did sort of sit on the couch, and because it was a really bright day, I picked up something you haven't seen for a while, and I don't even have the date when I started this. I know it was around this time last year, and it's one of those dodgy, probably illegal charts off of Pinterest, so I'm not going to show you the chart. It's just called a weird sampler, but I only picked it because I just wanted to try stitching on this, what was meant to be 55 count linen, but it's sort of actually 56 by 60 count. It's not quite square, so my roosters are a little skinny. But I picked this up. I think I had the Q. No, I think I had like Y, Z, and the Q done. I had all this done, but I finished the alphabet. Started on this flourish. So there's 2 flourishes up here, and then in the middle there's like a little hair running, so it's nearly done. But what I found is I need to stitch this in really good light, so I can't stitch this at night. So either it's, you know, a sunny day when I'm home, or I have to stitch it when I have a day off. But yeah, my intention is to finish this pretty soon, and then I'm gonna risk the fact that it's red cotton thread and try and tea or coffee dye to grunge it up a bit, because this is bright white and I don't really do bright white, and I think the design, it needs to be a bit vintagier and grungier. Yeah, it's the first time I've stitched on such a high count fabric, and it's fine. Good light, and then I did find, so these glasses are progressives, and down the bottom I've got plus 0.75s. So when I first started stitching this, I was just using a pair of cheap readers that were +1s. The plus 0.75 isn't quite enough, but I found if I put my 0.75s on top of these, like, you know, on the bridge of my nose like a nana, thereby giving me 1.75 down the bottom. Woohoo! I can see the holes. So yeah, I just basically use a little bit of magnification and some good light, and I found that much easier. For those of you who haven't been around for 88 previous videos, I'm just stitching this with a Gütermann cotton. The yellow is the cotton, and it's colour 2074, and just the normal 28. My normal 28 needle, which is by Peacemaker. I like Peacemaker needles because the eye's a little bit bigger, so it helps pull it through. But it's short, and I like short needles, so because, you know, it's quicker to stitch with a short needle. You don't have to pull it so far. Got the old Bundaberg Diet Ginger Bear from Australia. It's terrible. The Bundaberg factory is like, well, just down the road from my sister. It's not really just down the road, but it's closer to her than most of the rest of Australia. So that's that. What else? Oh, and then after I finished Oh Feathers, the peacock, yesterday, and I exited the meeting and went and cooked a roast chicken for dinner, I thought I might have a break from stitching, because to be fair, I'd stitched all day. And then I went, no. I picked up Life After Death by Long Dog Samplers, and I put a couple of hours, an hour in last night, and a little bit this morning. So I'm stitching this on 36 count antique white linen from Zweigart with DMC 807 in the little hearts, Kreinik BF006 for the crowns. And Silks for You PR132. And I started this on the 1st of August. I had finished Arcade. In case you don't know, it kind of looks like that. So Long Dog Samplers, Life After Death. And I got this side stitched and all of the inside here and this bit here. There's another flower thing comes up here and then the little saying. So that's in the middle of this sort of square sampler within a sampler. So yeah, my initials are in. I modified the birds a little bit because my initials, Jill's lines, the designer, she has perfectly symmetrical initials, so her J goes here and her L like this. So I just modified the little birds so that they would fit in around the letters. I find that with her charts, you've got to chart your own letters and then stitch around the letters and modify it there. But no one's even going to know that my birds are slightly skinnier and I changed their legs because it fits around my initials, so yeah. And that is where I'm up to. So yeah, a little bit done. Every stitch counts. That's all my stitching. So quite a lot of stitching. That's because I can't go anywhere. I had to cut that video for a bit. My aunt rang my mum's twin. And she's in Taranaki. She rang to see how I was doing because she knows I live on my own. She lives on the section with my cousin. But poor old Claire's got kind of advanced emphysema like my mum and 2 other of their sisters had. So yeah, sort of runs in our family it seems. Although I have had tests done and I have no signs of getting COPD, so yay me. I have never smoked, so that helps. All of my mum and her 3 sisters, all with COPD, smoked, so, but apparently we're vulnerable, they're vulnerable, those hall girls. Anyway, she's doing okay, but, you know, getting on and stuff starts falling apart. So what else do I have to show you? Okay, that's pretty much all I've got to show you for my stitching this week. As talked about, haven't bought anything, waiting for some stuff to come in, don't know when the mail will arrive. It will be what it will be. I really want to start something new, so I might have a look through some of my little kind of smalls patterns and match something up. I don't know, and just give it a go really. I'm not going to start something that I've already got kitted up. It'll be something like, I'll just find something little that I can shove on I don't know, we'll see what happens. I'll show you a couple of things out of the box for the 50 at 50. Yep, that's still planning. Some of these are a little bit random. I mean, I could probably stitch this up this afternoon, but I'm not going to. We'll see. So I bought this a while ago. This is from Park Hopper Bart. La Musique, a quote from Debussy. And it's a charming little chart. And I just grabbed something out of my stash. So I've picked 32 count platinum Zweigart and some in Victorian Motto Antique Red. So that is what I'm going to stitch that with. But yeah, this is where, you know how I've got like all these really large projects in that box? I have some small projects as well. So, you know, this is something that I could start one week and easily finish. And then I can go back to something else that I started a previous week that I can't easily finish. So that is, I'm quite looking forward to doing that one. And yeah, as I kit things up, I do my little cards all ready to go, because that's how I roll. So yeah, that is one more little thing in the box. Another little thing in the box was something that we got at the Christchurch retreat, a little shepherd's bush. Can take it out. I think I showed this. Just be careful I'm not showing the chart. This chart may be copied and shared for personal use. Shops may copy it for their customers. Please keep the pattern as it is. Well, that's a bit of a challenge, so I might want to change it. But anyway, it's just a little, I'm still going to cover it. You be well, little shepherd's bush. And this comes with, it was kitted up with a little piece of fabric and some, I think, just DMC. It is charted in weeks. So, but yeah, it's definitely DMC. But I think it's cute enough that I don't think it needs anything more than that. There are, so that will take, again, you know, one of those things that will take 5 minutes to do. And I kind of am tempted to find a little hoop and do a little hoop finish, but I might look for a nice wooden one and paint it. This one looks like it's wrapped in, it says it's a 4-inch hoop. Looks like this finish is wrapped in ribbon, but we'll see. I don't know. I don't finish stuff quickly, so sometime in the future. So that one is in the box, and it will be a nice quick little stitch when I get around to it. Something else that I have shown previously that is mostly kitted up. I'm still dithering over which black I'm going to use. And when I say which black, I mean colours that are dark. So, so I've got some different shades of black. Anyway, it's never, so the Tyrrell printer, my printer was running out of ink when I printed it, so I bought the PDF. So Nevermore by Leela Studio, and I've loved this for ages. And I'm going to be all random, and I'm going to stitch it on this linen. So it's quite a green linen. And it is 36 count cypress from Fibre on a Whim, and as always it'll be a partial conversion because I like to use what I've got. I don't like to buy all of the called for because sometimes you use a tiny little bit of it and it's very expensive to buy a whole skein of an over dye just to stitch a tiny little bit. So that's probably enough rambling for me. I am going to use I think I'm going to use Raven from Gast for my Raven, which is quite, it's got that shimmery green, but I think it looks really nice. I'm going to use, for the, instead of Gentle Arts Blackboard, I think I'm going to use Soot, so the dark grey. For, instead of Gentle Arts, actually, yeah, instead of Gentle Art, so it calls for cast iron skillet for the Raven, but I'm going to use cast iron skillet instead of gunmetal, so can't really tell, but they are quite, so this one's greeny black, this one's more of a charcoaly black, and this is more of a grey, dark grey. And then, do I have any called for? I don't know. So then I've got, okay, so called for, I've got Lagoon, keeping with the bluey greens, Cocoa, Pecan, and Straw. Those are all called for because I had them I might have bought one. And then there is a thread gatherer silken colours. It's called For Slug Bug, which is in the in this motif up here and in the tree. I think that, oh, and the motif down here. So it's used just in a couple of places. So I am going to either use, I've got this Needle Necessities that I got in that box from Gail. Again, thank you, Gail. Either the Needle Necessities, which gives it a little bit of a funky colour, or this Threadworks that I had from some other place, which is Rustic Brown Cherry. I'm going to use one of those as the, instead of the Slug Bug, so it's just a variegated something. So I'll make a decision closer to the day. I'm edging towards this one just because I love the bold rust colour in there. So we'll see. So that was quite a lot really to go through it. So that's how I'm going to pimp that up. So it's going to look like a Leigh conversion, you know, quite different fabric to the called for. Half the floss, a third of the floss the called for, but the majority of it quite different. And it will be fun, and I would really like to start it now. I have to wait because I want to get my whips down. So I am, a couple of people, including Zeb, have asked me if I could do a little, a little video, I guess a bonus video, on how I do my conversions. So I have a couple that I want to kit up from Stash Floss. I'm just waiting for August's threads to come in, just to give me a little bit more options. A little. I started kitting up. Is it a peacock keeper that Lindy stitches, but I found myself trying to make it too much like the picture, and I don't want to do that. I want to kind of just edge it up a little bit. So I'm just waiting to see what comes in from Tom and Lily, because I'm trying to kit it up predominantly with Tom and Lily floss. And then I am waiting I've got a 1, 2, 3 stitch order coming with May I from All Through the Night, and I'm going to stitch that on, I think I've got a 40 count navy real dark linen from Country Stitch, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to use some of those bright silks that I've had from Silks For You, some of those unicorn vomit colours, because on the dark navy I think they look quite cool. And that's a garden, was it May I a small house in a large garden, may I have, or something like that. So that is my intention. So when I get the chart and I've got all of my August kit flosses in, I'll see about doing a little video specifically on how I kit stuff up, and it will be loaded as a bonus one, so you don't have to watch it. You don't have to watch it anyway, but it'll be a bonus one that you can just skip through. So there you go. I'm not sure how I'm going to do that yet, but we'll make it work. So that was a long way to say something that isn't going to be up for a few weeks and that I haven't done yet. But anyway, I'm just trying to pad this sucker out. Okay, I'm going to wrap this up. Put the iron away because I just still got the ironing board out. Put the iron board away, put this stuff away, and have a little look and see if there's a little small I could maybe get one of my freebie flosses and a scrap of fabric and whip something up just for fun. We'll see. Okay, thanks for dropping by. Everyone be safe, be kind, and find solace and comfort and joy in your stitching. And as always, don't let your needles rust. Ciao.